This might be the latest I've made a video, like time-wise. Currently, it's 1:20 in the morning on Friday. Spent my whole week. I'm so flippin' tired. Hey guys, welcome back to another video, another book video, guys. I love the book videos. We're just gonna have a chat about Boys of Tommen. We're gonna talk about everything. I have all of my books right here. My babies. Guys, unpopular opinion, I'm really excited for the new editions. Mostly just because I like having multiple editions of the series. I have like 7 of them. Guys, I have 4 binding 13s. I don't need 4 binding 13s and I have them. Also, story time about this sweater. I'm redoing my room right now and I was trying to find this sweater and I was like, I had given away like bags and bags of clothing. And I was like, oh my god, like, what if I got rid of my sweater? I was sitting here freaking out and it was like at the bottom of like one of my piles of clothing that I have. But we're good now, we found it. Okay. Let's chit chat. So, we're gonna start off. First of all, if you haven't read Boys of Tommen, it's by Chloe Walsh. It's the most amazing series on planet Earth. Very traumatic, just so you know. So, don't go into it thinking you're gonna have a fun ride. It's gonna be something. But let's start off with, guys, I literally have notes on what I need to talk about right here on my iPad because I'm very forgetful. And there's some fun stuff on here. Let's start off talking about with Binding 13 and Keeping 13. These books, they are my babies. Like, my absolute, like, they're my children, everything about them. So if you guys don't know, this book's about Johnny and Shannon. Shannon comes from a very bad family. Well, her siblings are great. It's her parents. Johnny is like the star rugby player or whatever the heck it is. Something with rugby. He's injured, so he's like playing, but he shouldn't be playing. They talk about that a lot. And basically how they meet is Johnny hits her right ahead of the rugby ball. Yeah. First of all, I love these books. Second of all, they're so, like, they're not the saddest ones. The ending of it is so hard to read, though. Of the first one. This one, I love the ending. Much needed. Very happy. Very wholesome. There's just like when you think soulmates, I think Johnny and Shannon. When I think soulmates, I think Johnny and Shannon. I don't know what you guys think. You guys can think Johnny and Shannon too. You should think Johnny and Shannon. Yeah, they just, they're meant to be. And she makes it very easy for you to like them. Because they're very likable characters by themselves. It's just, Shannon's home life is very hard to read about. So if you have any like trigger warnings, like you need to look up the trigger warnings for this series very seriously. It goes into very tough subjects. Very tough. Okay. So that's enough of that. It's kind of all I'm really going to talk about them. I don't have much to say about like Johnny and Shannon. They're just like very wholesome. I do think Shannon has like the biggest character development out of everyone in this series. Like, from her in the beginning of, even like Saving Six, even like in the very beginning, to Taming 7 is crazy. Like, she's a little grown up. My little Shannon. You say anything bad about her, I'm coming for you. I love her. And Ollie, Tig, and Sean, they're just my wholesome little creatures. I love them. And Johnny's dog. What's her name? Suki. I love her. That's her name. Okay. Now we're gonna move on to these next two books. Redeeming and Saving 6. Guys, these books, they mean so much to me. These are the only ones I haven't reread. Except for Releasing 10, I don't think I'm ever gonna reread Releasing 10 until I do like a full reread of the series. Only because Releasing 10 was very hard for me to read. But we'll get to that. I am gonna reread these soon though, like literally I think next month, because I have such the urge to hang out with my Joey. Guys, in case you didn't know, I'm in love with Joey Lynch. It's much needed silence. I love him so much. There's literally nothing. He can't do no wrong. But, so Saving 6 is about Saving 6 and Redeeming 6. I don't know what I'm saying. They're both about Joey and Aoife, and I love them. They're such a power couple. A lot of people say they don't like these books, specifically Redeeming. I also heard that Saving 6, I need to get the UK versions because I heard that there's a lot cut out of the American version, and I need to know what I'm missing. Genuinely. Much needed. I always thought this book was so tiny. For no reason. It's only like 300 pages. Maybe 400. It's almost 500 pages, but it's a little short for these books. Especially when you have this thing as the second book. Isn't this book like 800 pages or something? 700. Anyways. Everyone says that this book is super repetitive. But like, you guys realize he's an addict, right? What do you think an addiction is? Do you think it's a one-time thing? No. So like, why are you gonna get mad over something being the same thing when it's a book about someone with an addiction? Like, that irks me when people say that because you're not thinking. It's literally about a boy with an addiction. Of course it's gonna be the same thing over and over again. That's what an addiction is. The same thing over and over again. Anyways. I love these books. It's very hard for me to talk about them without explaining them. But there is like a trope in it that everyone says, oh my god, this. Actually, I'm gonna say it. If you're watching this, then I hope that you've read these books by now. Everyone gets mad that Aoife got pregnant. But like, Joey never would have gotten clean for just Aoife. I don't think people realize that. Like, he would not have gotten clean. He's barely clean for AJ. Like, even in Taming 7, you can tell that he wants to go back and do more drugs again. And he has to hold off because he knows. Like, he knows. Also, I hear that they're gonna get another book. Much needed. I need more Joey Lynch in my life. The snippets I get from him, like, even in Releasing 10, I was like, guys. It's what I need. If I don't get it, I'm very sad. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Taming 7. Guys, I don't know my feelings about this book. It's about Claire and Gibbsy, and I love them. I love Claire and Gibbsy. I love them together in other people's books. Like, I like them together in this book. They're good. This book is very, like, I do think it's set up for Lizzie's, but I do think it was needed to set up for Lizzie's. But I think if we went Redeeming 6 into Releasing 10 and then this, I think everyone would have been thrown. Because that's a very big jump. So I do think this was needed. And I do think they didn't get their justice done. They didn't get done correctly. But Claire did say some things in this book that made me so mad at her. I love her. I love Claire. She's a great character. She's like sunshine character. She's needed in this series because everyone's so depressed in this series, guys. Not a single person's happy. Except for Shannon. Shannon's living her life. She has a boyfriend, great house, living her life. But we need like a genuine sunshine character. And, you know. And this book is tough too because you learn about Gibson's past, and that is very hard to read about. Yeah. And then the ending breaks my heart. Do I think Claire should have outed his secrets? No. Do I think she should have mentioned it to him in private? Probably. Might have been a little bit better. But I do also understand she probably has a lot of trauma for like what happened with Shannon, not wanting that to happen again. So like, I understand where she's coming from. My thing with Claire though is she doesn't think. I love her. She's a smart little googie head. Whatever that word is. Googly. She's funny. She's a sweet girl. Yes. She doesn't think before she speaks at all. And she says some things in here that really make me feel like her and Lizzie just shouldn't be friends anymore. And I'll talk about that more when I get to the next one. But I really don't think they should be friends. And I'll talk about that later too. Okay. Releasing time. This book is hard. Do not read this if you are sensitive to a lot of subjects. This book is hard to get to. I cried. There's multiple times where I'd be reading it and I would just be like, what did I just read? And I do like understand so many people hate this book. I love this book. I love it with my whole heart. It's uncomfortable to read. Yes. I'm not going to say it's not. It's uncomfortable to read. But it's an uncomfortable subject. But this happens to people in real life. And the fact that so there's this whole thing with Chloe Walsh. She went on Instagram and she talked about how she thought about this book. Because this book is based off of her. Lizzie is based off of her. And guys, we never should have been bashing a character for going through traumatic events. Yes, she wrote about it. So what? You don't get mad at people when they're sitting there writing about, doing inappropriate things with guns. Whatever that one book is, Haunting Adeline. I don't read those. I don't read her romance. But you guys aren't oh my god, so-and-so is so messed up in the brain because they wrote about this. So why are you going to get mad about someone for writing about something that happens to people in real life almost probably on a daily basis? And this is also set in a different country. Laws are different, things are different, set in a different time period. Things are different back then. Things are different over there in Ireland than in America. And this happens to people. People are bipolar in real life. People have these problems. People go through these things. And we can't get mad about it. If you don't want to read it, don't read it. Genuinely, that's all I have to say. If you don't want to read the book, don't read it. I love Huey and Lizzie. Do I think things that happened should have happened between them? No. I don't think they should have dated to begin with. You guys could have been friends and all this. Huey, for the most part, knew Lizzie is going through some stuff mentally. He knows all of it. He literally researches it in the library, so he knows what's going on. And but he can't get mad at himself because he put himself through that and he let himself stay there. The way they break up is horrible. I'm not going to go into detail because I know not everyone's read this book, so I'm not going to talk about that. It's horrible, and I will firmly say that. Okay. So they don't have, the people I'm going to talk about next don't have a book yet. Katie and Feely. Guys, I'm so excited for our little farmer to get his book. I love Patrick Feely. Oh my god. And then Katie, I love her too. I don't love her with Huey. So many people think on my TikTok, because I always say like Lizzie and Huey, and everyone's like, oh, what about Huey and Katie? I don't care about Huey and Katie. I don't want them together. I don't have anything against Katie, and I don't have anything against Huey. I just don't want them together. I keep slamming my books. I need to stop. I think Lizzie and Huey need to just be together, or they need to be single. They don't need to date other people. It's not important. And then, yeah, I like Katie though. I like Katie's character. She has said some shady things like to Lizzie, like in this book. She said some things that maybe she shouldn't have said, and Lizzie retaliated. And that's not really Lizzie being a mean girl. That's just her retaliating against someone else saying something. And then obviously in other books, Katie's dating Lizzie's ex-boyfriend. Lizzie's not gonna like her. Lizzie doesn't like people on a daily basis. She ain't gonna like someone dating her ex. But Feely, I'm so excited for his story. I heard he's a lot like Joey Lynch, is what people are assuming. And I know he has problems with his dad. And then Katie has an eating disorder. I do think I'm going to relate to Katie a lot, which I'm excited. Like, I'm not excited to relate to her. I don't get excited to relate to any of these characters. But it happens. I'm excited for them. And apparently they're freaks. I didn't say it. Chloe Walsh's playlist on Spotify said it. Anyways, I'm excited for them. They're gonna be fun. And their snippets on Spotify, they're great. I eat all of her snippets up though, so it's okay. John and Adele's book, guys. It's a need. It's not even a want anymore, it's a need. And I know we're gonna have to get through like the whole entire 2005, whatever, 2006? What year was Teaming 7 set? Let's take a looky boo. Ten years later, okay. The whole 2005 fiasco. Once we get through all that, we get to go back in time. I want to go back. Ow, my foot. I want to go back in time. That'll be fun. That's all I really had to say about them. I love them, and I love, like, what Adele's, like, told. Who'd she tell? Was it Joey? I think she was telling Joey about, like, how her and John met. Very, very wonderful. My next topic is Lizzie hatred. Stop hating on her. Please. I love her. I love Lizzie Young. I just do. Like, you guys are really hitting on a fictional character. You're not doing nothing to her. She has no feelings towards you guys. She doesn't even know you guys exist. But, you know, it is what it is. Alright, my next topic is Claire and Lizzie's friendship. My thing about them is I don't think they should be friends. They were friends. They're good childhood friends. Like, that I understand. But, like, I understand Lizzie shuts Claire out. Because Lizzie, obviously, she probably doesn't want to talk about her problems. And if she does, like, she talks about it kind of to Shannon, because I think she thinks Shannon understands it more than Claire, which I'm sure. I love Shannon and Lizzie's friendship. I think it's very cute. And I think Lizzie needs it, because Shannon, you know, our little bubbly, damaged child. But Claire also is not innocent in the Claire and Lizzie friendship. Like, yes, Lizzie says some mean things. Claire isn't much better. She says things knowing what's happened, and I don't, this is gonna go back to Claire just doesn't think. Like, when she said something about Huey walked in the room and Claire and Lizzie were sitting in the room, and Claire goes, "Oh, I can hear you and Katie through the walls." Like, and then starts pretending, like, what's that one word? Imitating what they do, like the noises and stuff, in front of Lizzie. Like, you did know they dated. Like, you know that. You freaked out about it when you found out. So why are you doing that? That type of thing. And she said some other stuff, like, about it. That's all I have to say about that. They just shouldn't be friends. They had a good friendship, but, like, I don't think they can repair it. They're too different. And yes, opposites attract, but not that way. My next one, literally it says, Tig not getting a book. Sad face. That's basically all I have to say. Like, I understand that she named him after, like, her son, I think, is what he's named after. I understand not wanting to obviously make a romance book about your son, if it reminds you of your son. But, like, she's given him a love interest that, Leah, is it Dally or Dolly? I think it's Dally. Dally. Like, that girl, like, she set it up in her snippets, but, like, he's not gonna get a book. But I want him to have a book, because I think he's like a non-addicted Joey Lynch. And I know he'd have, like, the worst PTSD ever. But yeah, guys, I literally have a note that says Joey Lynch talk. That man. I love him so much. I don't know. My friend sent me a TikTok, and it was like, I don't know how Aoife does it. Like, yeah, I want to date Joey Lynch, but I could never deal with what he put her through. And I literally sent my friend, I said, well, I would. And she goes, oh my. Because, like, I would. I would. I'd do anything for him. You want me to jump off a cliff with you? Okay. I'll come with you. Just say the word Joey. I'll be there. Okay, now these next ones are all, like, these next three, I only have 3 more topics. They're all theories. So the one that I see all the time that I, like, firmly believe in is the one about Lizzie's mom, and how her aunt is actually her mom, and that they don't want Lizzie going around her aunt because they think that the aunt's gonna take her away because it's actually her kid, and that Lizzie's gonna figure it out. Yep. And that's why she sees the scary lady, because the scary lady is her aunt, her aunt, and just following her to, like, keep an eye on her to see what's going on. I firmly believe that story. It makes sense. It does. Because they have the same, like, diagnosis type thing. So it all makes sense. I'm not gonna say it doesn't. But I don't know. Another thing with her mom, this is her real mom though, I think her mom's gonna die. I do. I think her sickness is gonna come back and that her mom's gonna die. And that's why there's that one snippet on her Spotify. I posted it on my TikTok where it's like Lizzie's dad and Lizzie and Huey, they're all talking. And they're talking about Lizzie being put on different medication, I think, is what they're talking about. They're talking about something with her medication or sending her away again. And they're talking and the dad goes, "Oh, Huey, like, this has nothing to do with you." And Huey goes, "Oh, but I think you're wrong about that." Because I think the mom dies, which means the dad will get full custody of Lizzie. Do they get divorced? I think they get divorced at some point. I just don't know when. It hasn't happened yet, obviously. But, like, in releasing 10. I think it'll happen in the next book where they do get divorced. And so they'll have, I think Lizzie goes straight with her mom, but I think her mom will pass away and her dad will have full custody and try and do stuff with her medication. And then I think Lizzie will turn 18 and that's when that scene will happen, because I think her and Huey do get married. That's why she's not on the graduation list, is because they end up doing like the whole thing they plan to do where Huey's gonna go off and be a doctor and they're gonna be married and he's gonna take her with him. I firmly believe like that whole thing is gonna come true, and then she completely foreshadowed it. Yeah. Okay, my next theory is the Mark and Huey theory. I think this whole entire series is gonna become a murder mystery at some point. Well, it's not gonna be a mystery. We're gonna know who killed who. I think Huey's gonna kill Mark. I think it's gonna be an accident, and I think it's already happened. I think he already killed him in Taming 7 after his 18th birthday party. And that's why he's sick at the end of Taming 7, because he feels so guilty for killing him. And he knows how to drive a boat. He knows secret places, like this cave where you can only find it if the shore's at a certain area. Or whatever. Is that what it's called? Like the water where it goes up and down? No, whatever. Johnny's dad's the best lawyer in Cork. Like, guys, it makes sense. Everyone would lie for him. Every single person in that friend group would lie for him. I firmly believe, this is me stating now, that I believe Huey will kill Mark. I hope someone does at least. It doesn't have to be Huey anymore. I think they should all just kill him. That'd be great. That'd be amazing. Yeah. Okay, this last one is, this is something I talk about all the time on my TikTok. I think it's like genuinely true. I think Lizzie, Huey, and Katie, I think their whole entire thing is heavily inspired by Taylor Swift's The Teenage Love Triangle. I think Katie is August, Huey is James, and Lizzie is Betty. And I have reasons. Let's start off with Cardigan, which would be Lizzie's point of view, because it's Betty. When you were young, they assume you know nothing. They like thought that originally Huey and Lizzie, their whole entire love was like just childish and stuff. And they kept saying it wasn't. They would tell everyone it wasn't. It was real. When I felt like I was an old cardigan under someone's bed, you put me on and said I was your favorite. Lizzie feels so unloved. Like from her family. Except for her mom. She thinks her mom loves her. I don't know how I can't get a read on her and Kiva. Like, I know she loves Kiva. I just don't know. That was a weird sisterly bond. That was weird. She has two girls, lose the one. He doesn't have Lizzie right now. He has Katie. You drew stars around my scars. She, has scars. And, he just made it better. I knew you'd linger like a tattoo kiss. I knew you'd haunt all my what ifs. He's always there. Like, it doesn't matter what happens with her, he's there. Like, all the time. No matter what. I knew you'd come back to me because obviously he is going to go back to her. There's some other things in Cardigan. I just don't want to spend my whole entire next 25 minutes talking about this. Okay, we'll do August next because that's the next song in the album. Don't play, please. So I hear this, in the beginning. Oh, August slipped away in a moment of time because it was never mine. Huey will never truly be Katie's. I think she knows that. I just genuinely think she knows that. Back when we were still changing for the better, wanting was enough. For me, it was enough. I think having Huey in her life, generally, is just enough for her right now. Because, obviously, Patrick is with Casey, or whatever the heck he's doing with Casey. And so she kind of just went to Huey because she wanted someone, needed someone. Cancel all my plans in case you call. She would do that for him. She needed to. She just wanted him. Then there's Betty. Betty one time was riding on my skateboard. When I passed her house, it's like I couldn't breathe. I think there's a scene where he's riding on his bike and he does pass her house and he freaks out. I don't remember though. I think there is. You heard the rumors from Inez. You can't believe a word she says most times, but this time it was true. Lizzie found out Huey was with Katie from Claire. When she came back from her little trip, that's how she found out. She found out from Claire. And most things Claire says sometimes aren't always the truth. And that's okay. But but if I just showed up at your party, I don't really think of it as her party. I think it as his party. Because would you have me? Would you want me? Would you tell me to go F myself or lead me to the garden? There is a scene, I don't remember if this is a snippet or if this is real. Or if I read it in a fan fiction that I'm going insane right now. I'm still reading my fan fictions of this series. Yes. Where they're talking at a party in the back. It might have been Gibbsy's. It might have been a Gibbsy party. They're talking in his backyard. Or it might have been John. It might have been the 18th birthday. I think so. And then I think Joey tells Huey and Patrick to switch girls or something. I'm only 17, I don't know anything, but I know I miss you. I mean, come on, guys. I think Huey's 17, literally in Taming 7. So, was walking home my broken cobblestones, thinking of you. Oh, I was walking home my broken cobblestones, just thinking of you, and she pulled up like a figment of my worst intentions. They went on the movie date, and he literally says he looked at her wrists and it was scattered with freckles and not scars. Literally thinking of Lizzie with Katie. Yeah. Those days turned into nights, slept next to her, but I dreamt of you all summer long. He just wants her. He wants Lizzie. You know I miss you. Yeah. That's basically it. Okay? You can't tell me I'm wrong about most of these things. Like, I deep dive on this series so much, and if you have any, like, other theories, please, like, drop them in the comments, because I love reading theories about this series, and I love, like, reading anything about this series, in all honesty. I need to reread. I want to reread it in chronological order, too, so I'd, like, tandem read a lot of them. But I can't read that yet because I can't reread Releasing 10 yet. I'm not mentally stable enough to do that. But when I am, I will do that. But I am going to read Saving 6 and Redeeming 6 soon. Because I've reread Binding 13 and Keeping 13 earlier this year before I read Releasing 10. So I need to reread the other two. I just never got around to it. Anyways, I don't think I have anything else to talk about. I love this series so much, and I don't know, this series really, like, saves me. Not mentally. This series messes me up. But it makes me really, like, it's real. Sometimes I just need a good cry, and this series really makes me cry. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Love you guys. Kisses.